remembers those Calgon commercials? Calgon, take me away. It was a commercial for some sort of bubble bath or bath soap or something. And it's like, you'd always see a woman at her wit's end from either work or family or whatever. Calgon, take me away. Some days are like that. That's kind of how I'm feeling at the moment. But that's all right. So anyway, hi guys. Hi. Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name's Audrey. I'm just a mom, wife, psychic, travel lover, cat fanatic, Harry Potter fanatic, Disney fanatic. So I just want to chit chat today about what happened when I went to the dentist, and then something really important for safety out in public. We'll get to it, but I want to talk to you about this thing that's been happening out in the public with different ploys to get usually women or children isolated to either kidnap them or violate them. So anyway, I'm going to tell you what happened about that. So anyway, I went to the dentist August 5th to have a tooth extracted. I can see it's still really swollen. It feels swollen up here. And I don't know why dentists don't seem to understand PTSD. I have PTSD from like 10 different things that have happened in my life. And a big part of it is because of what happened at a dental office when I was a little child. But then other stuff happened later in life. You know, it's all compounded trauma. Trauma's a real thing. I'm sick of people kind of mishandling the word or the emotions or the experience and throwing it into the, oh, she's just crazy category. It's not crazy, for God's sake. Anyway, I took a pill, a Valium basically is what it is. My doctor gave me, my psychiatrist, to take before every dental appointment because I've been having really severe panic attacks in the dentist office to the point where they were going to call an ambulance for me because my vision on this side was completely blurry. Like I wasn't dizzy or anything like that, but my eye went blurry. I mean, I literally thought I was having a stroke. So I had to call Chase to come and get me. Anyway, so I've had so much dental work done in the last year and a half. I'm so sick of it, and I'm not done yet. You know, and my teeth don't even look good. They don't even look great. And I told the oral surgeon yesterday, you know, they have this monitor that kind of stretches around to wherever you're sitting, and there's your teeth in the X-ray right in front of you, and that traumatizes me. And I said this to the doctor. I said, this picture of my mouth, of my teeth, upsets me because it reminds me the reason why I couldn't go to the dentist for like 20 years because of trauma that happened. And this is a result of not going to the dentist for 20 years. This upsets me. Like, could you get it out of my face? What are we working on today? The one over here. That's it. I don't need to see all the other garbage going on in my mouth. He's very nice, this kid. You know, and they all say the same thing. Well, I'm not going to hurt you. Well, it's not about you hurting me because I can defend myself now. It's about trauma. It's trauma. I'm just very frustrated with it. Anyway, I got the tooth pulled. I did get bone grafting inside. I wasn't going to because I didn't want to be in the chair for an extra hour. He's like, it takes me 2 minutes, 3 minutes tops to put it in. And I was confused because was it here or here? I think it was over here. I have a implant. I have a nail in my freaking jaw right there. I still don't have the tooth to go on top of it. When the other oral surgeon 8 months ago pulled that tooth out, he made me wait for it to somewhat heal a little bit, like 2 months, I think I waited. Then he put the bone grafting in. Same dental office, but a different oral surgeon. So I'm just confused a lot. So I'm in the chair. It's $1,000 for the bone grafting, but I need it because I have no teeth left. I don't have that many teeth. I have no molars, basically, to speak of. And it's very frustrating. So anyway, I'm texting my sister because I don't have parents anymore. And I'm going to cry because I'm thinking of something else now to do with my family. Oh, God. Okay, let me get through this. Audrey, please, suck it up for a minute. Anyway, I'm texting my little sister. I'm the big sister. I'm texting my sister, the one that lives in Arizona. And I'm like, I just took a benzo to get through this dental appointment. I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like such a loser, And I've always been the one to calm her down. But she's an RN now, last, 7-8 years. She's like, you're okay today. You're not going to have any problems today. You're fine. A tooth extraction is easy. So it was kind of cute the way she walked me through my support. She gave me support because that's not very common with us. It's usually the other way around, which is fine because I am the big sister and I like to be the big sister. I like providing that comfort and love and support to my sibling. So I still have a stitch in there. So as far as that's done, that's done. That is done. I should be done with pulling of the teeth for a while, I hope. So I do need to get this implant. I need to get the tooth to go on the implant, which is easy. They just take a mold of the empty spot, upper and lower. They make you a tooth and they stick it on. Not a problem. But I can't add that to a already dentist appointment. I can't be in there for 2 or 3 hours like I've been doing, which is causing me problems. So I'll keep you up to date on that. So my point is, don't feel bad. Don't feel like a loser because you have trauma and you have a hard time at the dentist. That's what I'm saying. That's what I wanted to say to you. I'm watching the baby monitor. I have John, my son, my disabled son, on the baby monitor. I don't know why he keeps getting up. I think me and Chase and Johnny have some sort of bug. We're in the bathroom a lot, if you know what I'm saying. But today it's just been nonstop with Johnny getting up, and it's too hot to go on another walk. Benjamin and I took a walk this morning at 10:30, and it was about 100 degrees. It was a little too hot, honestly, for me. Anyway, I'm watching. Everyone's home. Chase and Ben are watching John too, but I'm watching at a distance. Anyway. Okay, so Chase and I took Jonathan to the local hospital for a swallowing, what do they call it? Study, a swallow study. We know he has swallowing disorder, my son. He has a lot of problems. And anyway, we went there. I'll throw in a picture here. I had to stay behind the glass because there could only be one parent with him doing the food and all of that. And it was amazing to watch. And I thank God for modern technology and modern medicine, honestly, because, a few of us would not survive this life without such help. Anyway, so that went fine. And we're leaving the hospital. We parked on the top floor. There was no parking anywhere. So we get, up to the top floor and we see the car. I'm like, what's on the car? There's something on the car, on the glass, on the driver's window. And it's money. It is what appears to be $100 bill. I immediately say to my husband, do not touch it with your hands. Do not touch it. And I'm trying to think, could we have dropped any money? No, we don't typically carry cash anyway. We do debit everywhere we go because who wants to touch money? Only my eyelash guy, I think, gets cash. And it's like, here, I had, the paper disposable masks for John because we went into the hospital and he has to be protected. So I took the dirty mask from him and Chase did, and grabbed that money and threw it in the garbage. That is a ploy to attack somebody. So what happens is there's drugs. It could be all kinds of drugs. What is that one drug that everyone uses that everyone is dying from? I'll put the name of it right here. I can't think of it to save my life right now. Anyway, I'll put the name of it right here. Sometimes even smelling it is enough to kill you. Certainly if you get it on your fingers, your hands, or any part of your body, your skin. I mean, you could spread it from this person to that person to this person and everyone could die. So that was pretty disturbing. Not cool. Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably should have filed a police report. Maybe taken a picture of the money, but I was just so scared in the minute because I have Jonathan with me. Jonathan's always on the edge of health or no health, bad health. So it's like, get that thing, get it away from me, get it away. Just, I don't care how much money, if it's $1 million note, I don't, no. And you're kind of like looking around. I don't see anybody up here on this top floor of the car, the garage, parking garage. But be careful. This is a real thing. You may think to yourself, oh my God, did I drop that when I got out of the car? Well, whether you dropped it or you think you dropped it or you don't know if you dropped it, don't touch it. Do not touch it. Don't even touch it with gloves or anything like that. You take it with whatever piece of paper you have. If you happen to have a rubber glove on you, disposable glove, be careful, super, super, super careful. Fentanyl, that's the word, fentanyl. Fentanyl. It's a killer. So I had seen conversations about this on all social media platforms and the news and YouTube and stuff. I was a bit shocked to actually see it myself in person. I know that's what it was. I didn't drop $100 bill. Was it a real $100 bill? Well, I don't know. It looked like it on both sides. It wasn't like $100 on the front and then some Joe Schmo attorney phone number on the back or something like that. It wasn't that. It looked like money on both sides. So be careful, everybody. Be careful. If you ever see that, don't throw it on the ground because someone else is going to find it and pick it up and potentially get harmed. Terrible. Okay. So you guys are so helpful. I was talking at one point about Johnny, my son's respiratory problems, and you guys gave me really specific, helpful information, and that is salt therapy. Salt therapy? That makes sense to me now, because when I was 6, I almost died in the hospital on my 6th birthday and from asthma. And after that, we were always going to Santa Cruz. Like every weekend, we would drive to Santa Cruz, which is about 25 minutes from the house in San Jose, for the salt air. And I ended up living right there on that main street in Santa Cruz in my 20s and 30s in Santa Cruz. So it makes sense. I'm like, why? Things are not always obvious to me. Even though I'm psychic, I don't know everything. Unless the spirit comes in or you guys tell me, I may not ever understand something, okay? So I bought Jonathan a salt lamp. It's a Himalayan salt. It's real pretty. It's orange. It lights up on the inside, and I just leave it on 24/7. It doesn't even get hot. It does not get hot. But let me read to you some information about salt. As all of our salts on the earth, clients know salt is amazing for the respiratory system. I didn't know that. In conjunction with regular salt therapy, salt lamps may also help clear mucus, reduce dryness, and inflammation of the airways and sinuses. Oh my God. Because Himalayan salt lamps remove microscopic particles of dust, pet dander, mold, mildew, and the like from the surrounding air, placing a lamp or two in the rooms where you spend most of the time can help reduce allergy symptoms. Even people who suffer from asthma may notice a big difference after a week or two. So I bought Johnny the lamp. Sorry, I'm itchy. I need a lamp for myself. I really do. And I will get one. And I will get one for the living room as well. So I can't say this fixed Johnny, but he's been fine. He's been well. Like I mentioned, the 3 of us have some sort of bug or something, but it appears to be more of a stomach bug. But John was getting a little bit stuffy in his nose. So I turned the lamp up. Like I made it brighter. And he got through all of that mucusy phase with no event. Because what happens with him, with his respiratory, because he has scoliosis, his respiratory is totally compromised, and he ends up getting blood poisoning like that, like in an hour. It's terrible to watch. So I think it's working. This salt lamp, I think it's working. And there's so much more other salt things you can do for sinus help. Is that Johnny at my door right now? There's a salt kind of humidifier thing I'm looking at. I might get that too. Just a minute, John. All right, I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, Johnny is settled with Benjamin. Okay, so yeah, the salt therapy. I'm super excited about maybe getting one of those humidifiers that does the salt too. Because it's terrifying having asthma myself, and sometimes chemical medication isn't even working, and that's terrifying. So any of these homeopathic things, I will always appreciate the guidance to. The thing that was making me upset a minute ago was about my dad. And it's it's a long story. Some of you may know about it. You know, I cut off, well, my parents, we both cut, well, I started cutting them off, and then they completely, they cut us off in such a way that is a permanent, forever cut off, including with my son, Jonathan, who they basically took care of while I worked in education for 18 years. So anyway, lots of drama there. I won't go into all the garbage, but my parents were young when they had my brother and I remember my parents, they always had records going, you know, and they were young. They were 17 and 19 when they had my brother and I. And, you know, they were young, bebopping around the house and stuff. And I know one artist they liked, and they probably still do, is Neil Diamond. And I always liked Neil Diamond. I'm not a Beatles fan. I'm not a Beach Boys fan, but I always liked Neil Diamond. And there's a commercial out right now. I think it's for VW, which I'm a big VW fan. I love the old Bugs. I had a 62 Volkswagen. I wish I had kept it. I really do. Anyway, there's a commercial. It's a car commercial for Volkswagen, and they have a Neil Diamond song playing, and it just guts me. It guts me to the core, upsets me. Because I don't understand, even as a psychic medium, you know, I talk to dead people all the time, every day. I don't understand the hate. I don't understand the deception and the control. And when my husband and I moved out of San Jose, I told Chase, I said, I want my dad to come live with us because of what she's doing, his wife, who's my mother. But I call her his wife because she's not my mother. I told him I want my dad to come live with us, you know, and just because they're going to kill him over there. They're just killing him. You know, he's lost his freaking mind. He's going crazy because of the environment. And, you know, my dad had a heart attack at 51 and thought he was going to die, and things did change a lot for the better when that happened. And he asked for forgiveness because he knows all the garbage he did and put us all through. And for me to see very similar, if not more severe, negative behavior in my dad now or a year ago, why? I'm your blood. I'm your child. And it's not just me. It's also my sister in Arizona. She's been shunned. She's been locked out. She's been told not to go over there. And it's like, I really have mourned the loss of my family as if to say they are dead. They are dead to me. And it's frustrating because his wife, has taken my father from me because she can control him. She wants me to suffer. She knows my dad's my favorite. She knows that. She says that. She hates that. She screamed that at me one of the last times I saw her. You never get mad at him. No matter what he does, he'll do the same thing I do, but you don't get mad at him. You just get mad at me. Yes, because it's your doing. Anyway, this is a current commercial, this Volkswagen commercial, and it's just like, oh, God darn it. I wish this commercial would just stop. It just triggers me. Look at this. Isn't this fun? I do have a hair appointment before my daughter's wedding, so that's coming up. So, daily struggle. Daily struggle. It's a Calgon day. I wish I could just kind of fall into a pool of roses and bubbles and champagne. I don't know. A sun hat on. Anyway, get through it. And I don't necessarily rush through my problems anymore, because it's like as soon as one problem's resolved, oh, guess what? There's a half a dozen there waiting in line to harass you next. So, anyway, I just want to share that with you because it is making me very emotional thinking about my dad. All right. Well, I'm just going to show you what I was doing today. I have some clip. Just in the kitchen, I made some oatmeal cookies, and in fact, I will run that video right now. I'm just in the kitchen, cleaning up a little, getting out my recipe for that oatmeal cookie, the flat oatmeal cookie that my husband likes, that because they're very crisp. He likes the crispness of it. I'll put a link to that. I'll put a card up here in the cards to the video where I did make those cookies, and the recipes included in there. If you haven't seen and you want to do it, it's really yummy. It's a really yummy recipe. I made it. It's my recipe. I made it because my husband was looking for a very specific result in a cookie. So it took me a few tries, but I finally got it. And it's pretty enjoyable, I have to say. And Benjamin pops into the kitchen while I'm making cookies, and then Johnny comes in. John wants to eat. So the way I feed Jonathan is to sit him on a chair in front of me, and then he kind of leans back a little bit. And this is because of his swallowing disorder. This is another reason why I'm not really comfortable with him being in school anymore. He has one semester of school left, but the teacher will be coming to the house to do the lessons and stuff. But this is how I feed John, and we have lots of kitty cats running around. So we have the 2 new baby kittens, which we have renamed several times. I'm hesitant to tell you what their names are in case they change. No, I think we have Pepper and Pumpkin. I think that's what we decided on, Pepper and Pumpkin. So yeah, and speaking of being in the kitchen and eating and having nice smells come out of the kitchen, I do have a new recipe for you. So with no further ado, let's go into the kitchen. Take it away, Plankton.
It's time for a new recipe.
All right, guys, so I'm in the kitchen, and let me reveal the dessert that we'll be making today. It is called a ricotta stuffed Asian pear with cinnamon. There's only a few ingredients. I'm sure you already have these items at home. Maybe not the pears, but the other stuff I'm sure you have already. All right, so let me turn you around. This does not involve any baking or anything like that. All right, so let me turn you around. Let's make these real quick. Okay, so I have 2 pears. You can get whatever kind of pears you want. I think in the recipe they do call for a specific kind of pear, but you use whatever pears you like to munch on. So I like these. I do like the brown pears as well. All right, so here's the ingredients. Ricotta cheese, honey, cinnamon, and ginger. This is going to be super easy. Now, since I'm not going to eat both of these right now, I'm just going to do one pear, but I'm going to give you the recipe to do 2 pears, okay? So, because this is a French dessert, I'm using my Paris bowl that I got at Disney Paris. There you go. Cheaper than going to Anaheim. I'm not kidding. It's cheaper to fly to France, go to Disneyland there, than to go to Harbor Boulevard in Anaheim and go into the park. So, yeah, I've been going to Paris more often than Anaheim. All right, so we're going to just need, if I can get this open, just need a half a cup of this ricotta. If you've never tried pears with cheese, oh my God, you're missing out. I like to have a wedge salad, like a wedge head of lettuce with some pear and blue cheese on it. Oh my God. I can think of a million different ways to have pears and cheese. So this is a 1/4 cup. Okay, so there's a 1/4. And you can tell all the items here are from Walmart. That's our store of choice here where we live. There's no Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, so Walmart it is. So 1/2 cup of ricotta cheese. Okay, now for some honey, we're going to use 1 tablespoon. You could use agave if you want. You can use brown sugar if you want. You can use white granulated sugar if you want. If you can get local honey, that's best. It's actually good for you. I know you think, how can cheese be a dessert? As soon as you add sweet to it, yum. Okay. And ginger, we're going to do 1/8 of a teaspoon. I don't have 1/8. I have a 1/4, so I'm just going to take about half that. Put that in. And the cinnamon, same thing. Now, I love cinnamon, but I don't want it to be overpowering with cinnamon. So, there we go. All right, let's mix that up. So, we'll just give this a stir. Here's what it's looking like. Ooh, that's yummy. Okay, so let's get this plated up. Now, every recipe that I have come across says to use a melon baller and cut out the meat, but they want you to cut this part out. I don't have a melon baller, but let's see, maybe just a spoon will work. Oh, that works fine. Let's do the other one. I'll give this to Benjamin. For those of you that know my son, Benjamin, he's always had long hair. I'll see if he'll let me take a picture of him. He has short hair now. After how many, 10 years of trying to get him, 10 years to try and get him to cut his hair. His hair's finally short. Okay. Put those on there. All right. It can drip down the side. If you ever go to France, make sure you don't ever ask for things like butter or ketchup. They don't like that. They don't particularly care for Americans. Yeah, it's better to eat something the way you don't like it than to ask for help with it. Okay, where's the cinnamon? Here's the cinnamon. I'll just do a little dash of cinnamon. Now you could put walnuts on this. Okay, that's a little bit more cinnamon than I normally would like. Can you see that? I'm going to turn the camera around. Okay, there we go. All right, so those pears are a little bit firm, which is fine. I do like a firm pear, but I'm going to get a knife and a fork and just cut some of this off. And I'm going to turn you around so you can see my reaction. All right, here I am. All right, here we go. I know the camera's a little crooked, but I'm not going to worry about that. So I've just cut a few pieces up here. Mmm. That is delicious. Oh my gosh, it has a little bit of like a cheesecake kind of texture. That's a little bit of cinnamon is good. Mmm. Slightly sweet. Not super sweet. But then you get the pear sweet, the sweetness from the pear. Mmm. This pear is perfectly ripe. Somewhat healthy. If you get local honey, that's good for your allergies. If you have cinnamon, that is good for your entire body as well. It's an anti-inflammatory. I definitely intake cinnamon for that reason. And then ginger. Ginger's always good for you too. Ricotta cheese, yeah, not particularly good for you, but it's freaking delicious. And pears, I can never have enough of. So I hope you give this recipe a try. Tweak it a little bit. Tweak it to things you like. Maybe you don't like ginger. Leave the ginger out. Put a dash of nutmeg or something else. Oh, somebody wants to say hello. Hold on. Anytime anyone's in the kitchen, this little pepper, this is Pepper, comes in the kitchen. He's so cute. Hello. These guys try and get the food out of your mouth when you're eating. Oh, life is so joyous with kittens. Well, thank you for watching this week's video. I know it was a little emotional, but I'd like to keep it real with you guys. And, you know, I appreciate you walking with me through the good times, the bad times, the depressing times, and everything else in between. So I hope you have a really good week as we wind down the summer, heading into fall, which is my favorite time of year. In pumpkin season. I love all that kind of stuff. And I did name the other cat Pumpkin, so the other kitten's name is Pumpkin. And yeah, thanks so much. I appreciate you very, very much. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Check out my other channel where I talk about crime. Check me out on Instagram where it's behind the scene pictures of me, family, kittens, and everything else. All right, take care. Ciao.
Thank you. watching, Audrey Christine. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.